250. Women and Children First. Chalcedon Report number 360, July 1995. Having been brought up in the belief that the law of the sea in a shipwreck is women and children first, it was a shock to learn what happened when the Titanic went down early in the 20th century. Most of the first-class passengers, including men as well as women and children, got away in half-empty lifeboats, but 53 children of third-class passengers, including their parents, went down with the ship. Edmund Taylor, The Fall of the Dynasties, 1905 to 1922, page 23. In mulling over this fact, many questions came to mind. Would feminists today object to the idea of women and children first as demeaning? Nowadays, would the first-class passengers be left behind and the third class taken? Or would the crew insist on their priority? Granted that the rules in the days of the Titanic were not good, are there really any rules now? The student rebellion of the 1960s had many slogans. One that came in a bit later was a simple one: question authority. Much advance in history has come because one or another false or bad authority was questioned. But the temper of this slogan was to question all authority. It was a recipe for anarchy, and we see that anarchy all around us. Why women and children first? What was the rationale behind this slogan? As a young man, I had the opportunity to ask a sea captain about this once. His rambling answer was still very positive in his assertions. It is a man's duty at all times, he said, to protect women and children, and a shipwreck is simply an example of this duty. He added, women and children are our future, so why not? Besides, he said, while we sailors are sometimes a rough lot, a seaman can be no less a gentleman. For him, raising the question as to the priority of women and children was out of place. Now, of course, with abortion, children can be regarded as unwanted and unnecessary by many, and feminism certainly has not commended women to many men who are offended at the gratuitous insults they receive from feminists for their gentlemanly courtesies. As one young man complained, "My mother brought me up that way, and I can't change overnight." The expression, women and children first, was the motto, in a sense, of the old order, not always kept, but at least a standard of sorts. Now, all the old standards are being challenged. One recent book saw no scientific reason why you couldn't have a chimp-human hybrid, because genetic engineering may make it possible for scientists to play God. All the old rules must therefore be discarded, it was held. Freedom has come to mean deliverance from all the rules of Christian civilization, and the new realm of possibility is simply the assault on biblical culture. But since God is the author of life, to depart from his law is to forsake life. Instead of salvaging something from the collapsing culture, it becomes instead a suicidal venture. We are told in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 36, "But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death." Separate yourself from the culture of death. We are the people of life.